Hey guys, it's Cole, and welcome to my guide to the Moogle Treasure Trove, the first hunt for Genesis. Unlike other Moogle Tomestone events, this one is actually quite a bit different, and so you're probably going to want to check into this. So first up, let's talk about unlocking the event. If you go to any of the 3 major city-states, you are going to be able to talk to the Moogle, and then he's going to give you very different quest text talking about what is called the Mogpendium. This is going to be your main source of information for the rest of this event. The Mogpendium and accessing it is actually through a very specific means, through the collection menu down across the other user interface. You get a host of items in there, and in there is going to be the Mogpendium. If you want, you can also drag it onto your hotbars for even easier access if you don't want to go through all the menus. So how this Moogle Tomestone farm works has severely, massively, incredibly changed to before. While its structure does follow a lot of what we're used to, you're definitely going to want to check into what we're doing here. Rather than just being one particular thing that you grind and spam over and over again, which we still can do with standard challenge, which I will get into my recommendations later, we now have a standard which you can repeat like we used to do before. Very similar idea. We also have weekly, we have the Minimog, and then we have the Ultimog challenge. First off, let's talk about the weekly objective. And so this is going to be a very specific objective that you are going to be doing weekly. For this week in particular, it is going to be Eden's Verse Refulgence, which I am so excited about. This is definitely intentional by the developers, because the developers announced that they are going to be introducing the brand new Ultimate to be my favorite lesbian couple, who I literally made the coffee biscuits for. I love Ryan and Gaia so much. That was such a good raid tier, and this is for the weekly event, just the normal raid. I should be specific, but E8S just brings back all the good memories, and so this is really happy thing for me to see. I should note before moving on, you can only do this once, and they just want you to do this just once this week. The next thing is going to be 2 events that you do each week, which is kind of like, why is this not a part of the weekly objectives? And so I'm not 100% sure, but basically you just do the weekly things, and then there's 2 of them that you can do, which in this instance is going to be complete 5 fates in Lakeland or Clusia, and then the other one is going to be win a, and this is very specific, win a game of Triple Triad against Fufulupa. Oh my god, what a name, Fufulupa, in Western Thanland. So very specifically against this Fufulupa. And the Ultimog challenge, how to say it in the nicest way possible. Fishing has been a great part of this game for me. It has been an amazing one. I can say that I'm slightly embarrassed doing it, but I'm still going to cover this as best I can. There's some fishing thing after you complete the quest, all fish of the sea, that can get you a Ultimog, the 1 Ultimog reward of 50 tomestones, which is obviously quite a few of them. So moving on from my sins and revealing that I don't fish in this game, bro, like, World Class Troller is going to be a title that I never get. Bro, I don't even use titles, so who cares? Like, if you ever see, this is the litmus test to see if anyone is actually cloning me, because I get asked if I'm the real me all the time. The real litmus test is, does the friggin' person use a title or not? Because if they're using a title, that is not me. It's like, you don't see me walking around being like, oh, I have like the perfect legend. But yeah, sorry about the fishing thing. So now let's get into the standard recommendations, and the standard thing is what we are very used to, and so we have a few different like trials that we can go into, or raids, normal version of raids. Don't be worried, don't be spooked, that's not savage, it's the normal version of raids. And so we have like Separate, which is S1T7. We have Eden's Gate, like Resurrection. I think that those 2 would probably be the most likely candidates for Blue Maid's optimization. If you want to just AFK, you can still do the Praetorium, but Praetorium isn't quite as AFK as it used to be. It's a lot more active, but still you get a lot of cutscenes, so... But relatively for 7 tomestones, it's low effort, but it's a long time. And then for dungeons, we're ranging anywhere from 3 for like Sunken Temple of Karn and the Cutter's Cry, all the way up to 4 for Stone Vigil Hard and Sashtasha. Stone Vigil Hard is definitely not going to be on this list for Blue Mage cheesing, I should say. everything taken into account, you should be taking a team of 8 blue mages, or maybe 7 blue mages and a tank into these and cheesing them as strongly as you can. But Stone Vigil hard, you can't cheese with blue mages. Why is, if memory serves me right, there is like a cannonball boss in there, so be careful. This one is definitely not going to be good for farming. But what is on this list, which I think is very exciting, is going to be the PvP like field maps, like the Borderland Ruins, New Rock, Fields of Glory, Alanzal Hakir, and so these are the big like front lines ones. And then the Hidden Gorge, which is going to be Rival Wings, which is always very exciting because it is so far different from the rest of the game that it is a little bit refreshing, if I'm honest, to go into it. People are going to ask me what is the best value for my time in terms of these specific events, which I'm going to expand upon in a little bit with a micro optimization. The best bang for your buck is going to be PvP, and why I say this is because you're going to be getting the experience from the event to level a job. That's always going to be very handy, especially going into a new expansion. We have the time now, we have roughly, what, 6 months until the expansion launch to catch up. Definitely consider that a good thing. We have the free, emphasis on free PvP battle pass that has pretty sweet rewards in it, so you can catch up on that if you haven't done that. And then you also get the Moogle Tomestone, so you're triple dipping here, and I definitely can say this is going to be your best value for your time. Is it going to be the most optimal way to get Moogle Tomestones? No, but you're triple dipping, and I can see value in that. Now, for my absolute #1 recommendation overall, is if you open the rewards, you can see that the Gold Saucer Gates, which is just the same thing as Fates in here, for specifically the Gold Saucer, is now awarding you a lot of like Moogle Tomestones, and then obviously like MGP on top of that, which is always handy to have. But what I'm gonna recommend is you plant your character in the Gold Saucer, and if you see a gate show up, you go and do that gate, because the rewards, as you can see, are going to be 1 to 10 Moogle Tomestones for obtaining MGP in any gate. That is phenomenal. So plunk your character into the Gold Saucer and check out all of the like gates, any of them that appear. If there is no gate, queue immediately into PvP and just go through it, because it's not going to be worth your time just to sit and wait. So always between the gates, like when one finishes, queue into PvP and immediately go. If there isn't one up, just keep queuing into PvP. In terms of rewards, this is going to be always, if you're missing a mount, if you are missing the Mamashib and Neckerchief, absolutely go for those things. I definitely think that those are going to be important, but rewards this time I definitely think are a little lacking compared to last Moogle Tomestone event. But remember that this event is being divided into 2 parts, so don't lose hope. But we still have 2 of my absolute all-time favorite items. MGP card gives you 50,000 MGP, which is a lot. It means that you can basically avoid the fashion report, which I always find a nuisance to do, and that you can unlock the rewards. Remember, we're getting a brand new expansion in 6-ish months, and so this is probably one of the prime times to farm up a ton of MGP cards that you can then pop during that expansion, or even now, and just keep them on hand and then buy whatever new rewards that are added. It is absolutely my go-to. And then the second thing is going to be these ostensibly time-worn maps. These get you guaranteed portals, which is always freaking sweet, because if you have a map the portal doesn't open, that's kind of a bummer. Having a guaranteed portal is very, very handy. But with that, I'm closing off this video. Here is the Moogle Tomestone complete thing. I'm going to be plunking myself in the Gold Saucer and doing a lot of PvP. Anyhow, take care everyone, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'm now going to maybe get some sleep soon, because it's like 2 in the morning. Oh my god.